Hey guys, it's me, TDC Hype here in the second channel, and welcome back to the car review series where today we are taking this amazing Audi RS7 Sportback produced and manufactured in 2013. And yeah, I thought we should take a saloon car around, as we've not took many around. We've only got the Chrysler on the board up to now, so I thought let's take it around, see what it can do. And you know, I like this car. It looks good. It's fast, and we're going to go into the specific details and everything right now. So, the Audi RS7 Sportback, like I said, it was made in 2013. It was first brought up when Audi were like, we need another RS model. Don't really see why. They had the RS4, the RS5, the RS6. So probably thought we need the RS7. We're probably going to be looking for the RS8 very soon, but for now we have this RS7. In Forza Motorsport 7, you can buy it from the auto show for a small 225,000 credits. Well, actually, it's not quite small. It's like 250,000 credits, which is quite a lot, actually. So it is quite an expensive car to buy. But for your 225,000 credits, you get 552 horsepower. You get 553 foot-pounds of torque when it with a weight of 4,310 pounds. Now, this is a family saloon car. It's not meant to be race. It's not meant to be, you know, doing the track day stuff. It's for taking the kids to school and doing family trips. But this car kind of has a whiff of the Nürburgring, and that's one issue I'll get into very, very soon. It kind of does. So yeah. Anyway, this car has 275s all round on front and back, which means that they're about normal average size for a road saloon car. It's got road tyres as standard, so just the normal tyres it comes on with from the store will be road tyres, just tyres you can take on the road, obviously. And it is all-wheel drive like every Audi Quattro model. Well, to be fair, like every Audi model nowadays, it's got its all-wheel drive system. Which obviously is very useful for tough situations. It can do the off-roading. That was very ironic. I did crash. I didn't actually intend for me to be saying about the all-wheel drive when I crashed, but it does very good off-road because it can get its power down, and it's not like spinning its wheels up. And with the 275s, it can put the power down without having to spin its wheels. So the all-wheel drive is very good. It's a very good feature, but on an Audi, with what the car's been made for, I don't really think it's necessary, and that's what makes up the 4,310 pounds this car weighs, is the all-wheel drive system, which you cannot disable. It's always on. It's got an 8-speed gearbox, so even more gears. I mean, I don't know if that contributes to the weight or anything, but it's a lot of gears. And it is a saloon car, so obviously it weighs a lot. As you can see on the back of the Audi, there is active aero as well, so as soon as you go over, I think it's like 60 miles an hour, the rear spoiler comes up. Right now it's down, so going through a corner, which I don't understand that either. You know, you need the aero for going through a corner, but when you're going slow to go around a corner, it goes down. So yeah, I don't really know what it does, to be honest. I think it just keeps it like pushed into the ground when you're going fast, so the car doesn't become light and you lose control of it. See, the wing was out there, so we must have been doing something fast anyway. The engine you get in this thing is obviously it produces 552 horsepower and 553 foot-pounds of torque from a 4-litre twin turbocharged V8. That is massive for a saloon car. So this thing guzzles its fuel. I mean, actually, it doesn't as such. I played a bit with this with the simulation damage on, and I could get through a good lot of laps without having to stop for a fuel stop. But then again, this is Forza, it's not real life, so I don't know how it's gonna really fare. Obviously, it's a massive twin turbocharged V8, so you know your road tax probably cost a bit more than the standard Fiat Punto, but I mean, this car's great. And with all this power, with the 4-wheel drive system, with the 275s all round, we go from 0 to 60 in 3.7 seconds, which is up there with some of the good sports cars and some of the supercars nowadays, but that's because it's obviously got all-wheel drive. 0 to 100 in 8.7 seconds, which is quite fast. 60 to 0, so this is testing the brakes, and from 60 to 0 it takes 138 feet, which is amazing, and from 100 to 0 it takes 347 feet, which again, it has phenomenal brakes. Like, this thing you have so much confidence in. I mean, in a minute you will see I do outbrake myself, but that's because I get so confident with the brakes. I feel like I can brake later, and then I get to the point where I can't brake any later because I'm going to go off the track no matter what. And this is the bit I was like, I don't need to brake. I do need to brake. Yeah. And the 552 horsepowered twin turbo V8 gets you to a top speed of 206 miles an hour. Now, unless you're in Germany taking the kids to school, going on the autobahn, it's going to be pretty much unnecessary. But it's good to know that when you want to unleash the power, you can get to a good 200 miles an hour. I wouldn't try that in the UK though, or anywhere else for that matter, because police and stuffs, and you don't want to crash. I mean, this car has a massive bonnet. It has so many safety precautions that you might survive, but I wouldn't chance it, to be honest. Now, that's all the stuff done, and this is coming to the end of the Hockenheim replay. Now, what I decided to do was see what all the cars we have tested would do on the drag strip, and then also after this we took them drifting, just to try and put some of the cars out of the comfort zone and see what they could do. So we did a 1/4 mile drag race in the Audi, and the Audi, whenever I can get my thingy to load, it was very quick, obviously. The Audi got a 1/4 mile drag time of a 11.612, which is nearly a tenth faster than the Chevrolet Camaro, and it's half a tenth faster than the BAC Mono, and a second down on the Lotus 311. So that's an interesting place for it to be. But anyway, we are here at Maple Valley to see how we can get the cars to drift. Now, obviously, I am not a drifter by any means. If you've ever seen me try and drift, I've failed every single time. But that's a good challenge because it tests how easy the cars are to slide. And obviously, with me being a bad drifter, the harder it is to slide means the safer the car's going to be to drive. The more grip it's got, the more traction it's got, and the more confidence you can have through the corner with the car. Now, what makes this even harder for the Audi is that this is 4-wheel drive. So, obviously, it's not meant to be drifted. It's not meant to get all the power down. It's meant to get all the power down and not spin the wheels. But that also means it's very easy to power slide. You just whip the handbrake, accelerate as fast as possible, and it goes. And you can hear, that's what I do here, I just rip the handbrake around every single one of the corners. Mind the minor scratches and bumps on this car though, because there was some slight crashes in my first couple of laps with the Audi RS7. Now, what we are basing our leaderboard for the drift score is, and I went back, and what we are basing the leaderboards for our drift scores off is the best lap over a course of 3 laps. Now, I said it's 4, and we have 1 lap where we go around and I get a tiny bit of practice with it, but I make sure I don't do very well. And the next 3 laps after that, we see what lap we can get the most drift score on. Now, I'm not a drifter, so don't expect these scores to be like 600,000 a lap. It's not even going to be that, but I can get some huge angle with 4-wheel drive cars. Now, as you can see there, we have just crossed the line, well, now we have, and the Audi is surprisingly in second place, with a respectable score of 25,418 points. But that is just behind, it was 3,000 points behind the Ford Fiesta ST and 1,000 points in front of the Audi R8 V10 Plus. Now, we are here at Suzuka, which is what we were originally going to do with this series, where we take the cars, review them, take them around the Suzuka full circuit, and see how they can do. But since then, we've added some more stuff in, just to make it more interesting and more challenging to see where the cars go. Now, this car on Suzuka is absolutely amazing. It changes direction very well. It can get its power down at the slower speed corners. Out the medium speed corners, you can see here I can accelerate through them because even though it's four-wheel drive, it's got a lot of turning response, and obviously the active aero at the back keeps it planted into the ground. So yeah, I can get so much speed around Suzuka, and it's a very good car to drive. And we're just coming under the bridge now, and this place for the Audi was actually very good, because you could keep the power in, and it went that's like the fastest we've ever seen it go through that section, and again the fastest we've ever seen it accelerate out of the uphill hairpin. With it being uphill, obviously the car's going to spin the wheels. This thing, yeah, you saw a tiny bit of tyre smoke, but it wasn't massive. It didn't lose as much time spinning its wheels, and also like with the Audi R8 where it was dramatically sliding around because it just didn't have enough grip for the amount of power it has, this thing is the least dramatic thing ever. It just goes wherever you tell it to go. It doesn't ever lose the back end. It turns in unless you push it to the maximum, which you will see me do coming out of this straight here to the corner. On this straight, the car only got to about 180 miles an hour. I mean, I say only, that is pretty fast. Really, it's not like the fastest we've seen, and I do go a bit wide there, but it doesn't matter because it's the Audi RS7 that will be losing time in general, because it just it has its all-wheel driving, it just extends the track, so it's even worse off for it. Now, when we come up to the second corner, and through that section it was very, very good because the all-wheel drive system makes sure it can get its power down and get out the slow speed corners are much, much faster than a lot of the other cars can. So, we are crossing the line, and the Audi RS7 goes only into 7th place with a time of 2:31.659. It is beaten out by 4/10 to the Chevrolet Corvette ZL1, but is 6 seconds faster than the Lancia Stratos. So the biggest competitor that we've took around this track isn't the Chrysler, it's actually the Chevrolet Camaro. But I want to get back to what I said before. This car has a slight whiff of the Nürburgring. You can see with the active aero and the way the car looks, it's a lot more sleek and a lot more aerodynamic. And so, yeah, it just feels like it's built more to go around the Nürburgring. And I mean, that's not a bad thing, but I don't think it's really necessary. Obviously it's all built for comfort and stuff, but you know, it does have that slight bit of the with the Nürburgring, and I thought, why not roll it and test how smashed up the car gets. Or in general, it was just the second lap and I was fed up with driving the Audi RS7 because I'd been driving it all day. So yeah, overall the Audi RS7 is a brilliant car. I would definitely recommend buying it. It's incredible. It drives well, it's very, very fast, it's very, very grippy, and you can have a lot of trust in the car in general. So yeah, I hope you have enjoyed. If you have, then make sure you leave a like and subscribe down below for more car reviews every single week. Comment down below what car you want to see next, and we will sure be getting to it. I have a few in mind that I want to get done. Some of the new models of cars that have been added into Forza, the 2017 cars that have been added into Forza, we'll be getting them down too. But anyway, that's it from me, TMDC Hyper, signing out.